Excellent, ready. Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Coffee with Father James. I'm drinking today from my Our Lady of Guadalupe coffee mug, and I'm coming to you on location at our St. Anthony's site. And at the St. Anthony's site with this mug to remind all of our parishioners that Our Lady of Guadalupe Parish is more and is bigger than what we see at the St. Peter's site, and involves this beautiful place as well. And I'm joined today with a special guest. I rarely have a guest for Coffee with Father James, but today it's Coffee with Father James and hanging out with Brian as well.
Hello,
Brian,
everyone.
welcome. I think you might be the first official guest for
Oh,
Coffee with
thank
Father
you.
James.
I feel so honored, Father.
And I had an idea to invite Brian to be a part of our discussion today, because we want to just shine a light on everything that is happening at this location in particular, but for social outreach in general in our parish. We heard in the second reading this past weekend about how essential works of charity for the poor are to our identity and our faith as Christians. And oftentimes in parish life, there's a lot happening, a lot going on behind the scenes, and parishioners just don't know what's going on. So I thought I'd connect here with Brian and talk a little bit about what's happening on this location. In terms of celebration of Mass, we have Mass here, weekday Mass on Tuesdays and Thursdays. We don't have Sunday Mass here because our community is one community which celebrates the Eucharist at the St. Peter's location. But the vision for this place was, how can we make responsible use of the facilities of these resources by making partnerships with other churches, other Catholic churches, other Christian churches, community groups, to maximize the use of the space for impact for the poor. So Brian, we've got a few things that we're doing around here. Do you want to quickly describe what they are?
Well, we have a lot here. We have the mobile food market. They will open Tuesday for the affordable vegetables and fruits. And this place, amazing. We have the food bank, which is busy every Thursday, which we invite everyone to be here.
I think we had
Thursday morning.
I dropped by. There was 160 families that we served last week. So think about it, folks. Now, the food bank was a result of a partnership with the local Baptist church, and we merged it together. So it's not. It is our food bank. And if you ever come here on a Thursday, and I hope you do, come for Mass and come over, you'll see that there are many, many volunteers from our parish, many volunteers from the Baptist church. We work together, and volunteers from the community that maybe don't have a connection to either church, but we're working together to serve these families. We also have, Brian, the House of Hope.
The House of Hope, we have 3 occupants as of now.
And that was a combination of transition housing for the homeless, and also a transition spot for men in
AAs,
in recovery,
Yeah, for like a year. If you've been sober for a year, then you can qualify to stay here at the House of Hope. Aside from the fact that we also have 2 shelters, one is being occupied as of now, just right beside the St. Anthony's Hall.
Yeah, right beside that little black car.
Yep.
I don't know what that car is doing there. And what else do we have? We've got sometimes there are Kairos groups that meet here
once a month,
and that's a prison group.
Yes, from the correctional. So they're doing good. They're gonna start their program again this October.
And Nourish used to be Nourish was a NGO group that worked for food security, and they used to occupy office space. Now they've since moved out. They've recently moved to a bigger location, so we have some space available. If you guys know any groups out there that are seeking to serve the poor that we can partner with, that'd be fantastic.
It's much open.
And the other group that meet in the basement.
Yeah, the dark side technical. It will help us skills, how to do repairs for some equipments and appliances.
And in case you're wondering, you're thinking dark side, that sounds very dark. Well, it's this is Dartmouth. Now, some of you who watch this are not from around here, and you may just say, well, Father James lives in his parish is in Halifax. Well, not quite. You see, across the harbor is Halifax, and on this side of the harbor is Dartmouth. And as you can imagine, sometimes there's a little bit of rivalry. So Halifax people, some Halifax people, at one point in the past, used to refer to Dartmouth as the dark side. So we in Dartmouth kind of proudly said, okay, we jokingly call ourselves the dark side. So that's why the name of that organization. But they help train people to do small repairs
Yeah.
and kind of like vocational training, and they operate out of the
Basic
basement.
skills at the basement.
So there's a lot going on here, and of course it doesn't exhaust what happens in our parish. We also have the food pantry,
Pantry?
our ladies' pantry over
Yes.
at the St. Peter's location. We've got Feed Others of Dartmouth,
Beyond the bread as well.
Beyond the Bread, and
They'll
Feed
go-
Others is two teams that go to the local soup kitchen. Beyond the Bread provide meals for halfway houses. So we've got a lot of ministries. We did have some work for mental health that we're looking at
Yeah,
again.
we're looking for it.
So I want you to know this, and we also had some good news recently that, as you may see around here, there hasn't been a lot of work done on the facilities, on the buildings, and like serious work done in a long time. And Brian, we really recently got a grant.
A grant for 25,000 from Windsor Foundation. Praise God, we got it. We're gonna use it for the maintenance of St. Anthony's Hall.
Because we have work to do for the short term, so we can continue to offer these services short term. Now, with regard to long term, honestly, we don't know what's going to happen, because the vision that the parish discerned 3.5 years ago was that we would be a two-location parish. Now, the obvious thing is that we would make use of this location. That doesn't necessarily mean that we're committed to using these buildings, because the newest of these buildings is almost 70 years old, is over 70 years old.
Wow.
That's this one right here. No, over 50. Sorry, my math is really bad.
It's okay, Father.
I'm getting old. Anyway,
Not that obvious.
That's another thing. So the buildings are getting old, and I just want you guys to know this as well, that one of the things that the parish council and leadership team looked at is the whole question of affordable housing.
Yeah.
Like imagine if we could utilize this location to have a chapel, have a ministry space, and possibly a space for a food bank, and also be able to use this location to provide affordable housing. And we were able to get a federal grant to engage a company called Happy Cities. And they're completing a study to say, like a feasibility study to say, what could we actually do? What's realistic long term for us in this location? So that work is ongoing, and we'll keep you informed. But I wanted you to know that all this is happening behind the scenes, and I have to say it's quite exciting when we see all of this. Brian, anything to add?
Well, we really invite everyone to be involved, especially here in our site here at St. Anthony's area, St. Anthony's Church and the Hall as well. Be more involved, be more active in our faith. Allow others to feel Jesus in our service, in our mission.
And in case you want to know more about Brian and his story, we did a Before the Altar interview this past Sunday. So
Thank you, Father.
check out on the show notes below. Please like and subscribe, and have a wonderful week. God bless, and maybe we'll see you on a Thursday morning sometime here.